Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings be upon you and a very warm welcome. It is so good to have you with us. Today we're going to dive into a short but honestly a really profound passage from the Quran, Surah Al Muminun. Think of it like getting this incredible aerial view of faith. It helps us see right past all the noise of history to a core truth about unity and, well, our very human habit of making things complicated. So let's jump in.
And this right here, this is the heart of the matter. This single idea is pretty much the foundation for everything we're about to unpack. The idea here is just so powerful. If you could zoom way out, I mean way out from all of human history, past all the conflicts and debates, this is the fundamental truth you'd be left looking at.
So let's explore that aerial view a little bit. The Quran presents this, well, pretty radical idea for its time, that all the messengers, from Noah to Moses, Jesus to Muhammad, peace be upon all of them, were all part of a single unfolding story. They weren't starting up rival companies, they were links in the exact same chain.
I absolutely love this metaphor. Think about it. Think about constellations in the night sky. Each star is its own separate point of light, right? But when you see them together, from our perspective, they form one big recognizable pattern. The argument here is that the prophets are just like that. Each one is a unique, brilliant light, but together they reveal a single divine picture.
Okay, so with that foundation laid, let's dive into the first of three major illusions this passage just completely challenges. This idea that different messengers must have brought competing, rival messages.
It's such a common assumption, isn't it? You look at all these different figures, different books, separated by hundreds of years, and it just seems logical to think, well, of course, they're teaching different religions. But the Quran asks us to look at this from a totally different angle.
And then, bam, the verse itself comes right out and says it, and this is being said to all the messengers. The message couldn't be clear. And indeed this, your religion, is one religion. I mean, it's such a powerful statement. If the source is one, then the essential message has to be one too.
The key phrase here is Ummah wahida. It means a single, unified community. And the unity we're talking about here, it's theological first. It's about a shared core belief in one God, and a shared moral backbone, even if, specific laws or rituals might have looked different in different times and places.
And you see this principle applied with just incredible precision. For instance, this whole passage kicks off by mentioning Jesus and his mother Mary, peace be upon them. They're called an ayah, a sign. They are honored, they're protected, they're given dignity. But the message is crystal clear. Their miraculous existence is a sign that points to God, not a reason to turn them into gods. Dignity? Absolutely. Deification? No.
Okay, but this brings up a huge question, right? If the message was always one, then why on earth is our world so divided? And this leads us to the second illusion, the really dangerous trap of thinking that our divisions are somehow a sign of our own righteousness. I mean, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And the Quran's answer is, well, it's fascinating. It doesn't put the blame for the fractures on God. It puts the responsibility squarely on us, on human behavior. In fact, it lays out this almost clinical, step-by-step process of how unity just shatters.
So let's just walk through this. It all starts with a unified whole. But then humans cut up the message. They take little pieces for themselves. Now, I want you to pay close attention to step 3, because this is the critical turning point. Each group starts to rejoice in its little piece, convinced that its piece is the whole picture. And that joy, that happiness in the division itself, is where simple certainty starts to curdle into arrogance. And the verse just puts it so powerfully. That key word, rejoicing, in Arabic, farihun, that's the emotional core of the problem. It's not just about disagreeing anymore. It's about finding your identity, even your happiness, in the very act of being separate from others.
So this is what ends up happening. A universal truth that was meant to be a gift for all of humanity gets locked down. It gets turned into a private, tribal possession. The second we say, this truth is ours and it's not yours, that's the fracture point.
All right, this brings us to the final and maybe the most subtle illusion of them all. It's that tendency to look at our worldly success, our money, our power, our numbers, and see it as proof that God must be on our side.
It's just human nature to think that, isn't it? Hey, things are going great for me and my group, so we must be doing something right. We must be the chosen ones. But the Quran just throws a bucket of ice-cold water on that whole idea.
What's amazing is that the passage actually anticipates this exact line of thinking. It asks, almost sarcastically, do they really think that just because we give them wealth and kids, that we're somehow rushing to give them good things? It's exposing their flawed logic in real time.
And here's the punchline, the absolute core of the argument. The answer is a hard no. Comfort is not endorsement. Just because you're successful or prosperous, that is not a divine stamp of approval on your beliefs. The Quran treats it as a neutral fact, not some kind of theological verdict.
Now, this idea can really shift your whole paradigm. It suggests that sometimes abundance isn't a reward at all. It's a test. It's a test of your gratitude, your humility, your sense of justice. It could be a test that comes with a delayed invoice, so to speak. And the real tragedy then isn't some punishment way down the line. It's the failure to even realize you're being tested right here, right now. So, where does all this leave us? What's the big takeaway from this incredibly powerful passage? It's really all about learning to see things clearly, to strip away all the illusions we build up around our faith and our identity.
So let's just bring it all together. This short passage has systematically taken down 3 powerful illusions. First, the illusion that different prophets brought competing religions. Second, the illusion that our divisions are some kind of sign of our devotion. And third, the illusion that worldly success means you've got divine approval.
Ultimately, when you boil it all down, it comes back to this. The divine message, at its very core, is about unity. It's simple. It's our human ego, our need to own the truth, to be better than everyone else, to actually rejoice in our divisions. That's what makes everything so complicated.
And so, we're left with a final, and I think crucial question to reflect on. If worldly success and comfort are not reliable signs that you're on the right path, then what is? Thank you so much for exploring these ideas with me today. Peace be with you.